Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Have you ever been in a situation where you're doing your daily salah, is just praying normally, and then you kind of realize that you're thinking about literally something else while you're praying. It's a very, very common occurrence. I mean, it occurs whenever you kind of want to focus on something and then just random thoughts appear out of nowhere. Like sometimes you randomly think about, okay, I need to do this. Okay, I need to get this piece of work done. Okay, what? Okay, I need to talk to this person, call that guy, text him. Might even be just a random piece of music that you heard like 2 weeks ago. Doesn't matter. You can get to a point where it's really, really annoying. Like you constantly, okay, let's track back. Okay, let's actually focus on what I'm saying in Salah. Then like 2 seconds later, okay, I don't know, you seen that new Oppenheimer movie, bro? It's literally the most randomest stuff. Like you're halfway through Salah, you're doing good so far, you're concentrated, you're focused, all that type of stuff. But then just a random piece of music that you heard 2 weeks ago just comes into your head for some reason. It's really annoying. I remember this one time I was really trying to focus on Salah, like really trying, really focusing on the words, the meaning of the words, all that type of really focusing on the words, the meaning of the words, every single action that I'm doing. But I just kept getting distracted. Every 2 seconds, my mind just wanders this way, that way, up, down, left, right. What I'm going to tell you right now is just some tips on how to increase your concentration in general. All right, let's get started. First of all, make the right intentions. I think one of the most famous hadith is narrated by Umar radiallahu anhu, and the Prophet peace be upon him said, "Every action is judged by its intention." And same thing is with Salah. You make intentions before Salah. Make the right intention. Don't be like, okay, I want to get more concentration for the sake of getting more concentration. You want to increase your concentration to worship Allah better, to get closer to Him, to actually do the one of the only things that are obligatory upon you better. You have so many people that are just mindlessly wandering through Salah. They're just saying the words. It's ritualistic to them because I mean it's partly to do with how Islam is kind of taught by parents and stuff like that. Kind of the legalistic kind of, all right, do this, don't do this, or you're going to Jahannam. I've kind of been through that as well, and as soon as you kind of realize that there's also the spiritualistic side of Islam, and there's also praying as if you see Allah, and also if you can't do that, then pray knowing that He is seeing you. So yeah, to summarize, just make the right intention. You're doing this for Allah, for Allah's sake, and nobody else. Second tip that I want to go over is focus on the meaning of the words, or even just learn the meaning of the words. It's literally such a high such a high ROI thing to do. You just spend a few minutes learning the stuff that you're actually saying in Salah, and then every single Salah just becomes 100 times better because you actually know what you're saying now. You wouldn't be in a conversation with someone where, say, you're talking French and you don't even understand French, but you're talking it. If you're not going to learn Arabic, I mean, I suggest you do. One of my kind of goals to learn the language of Arabic, the language of the Quran. Obviously, as Muslims, we should all strive to learn Arabic, or even some of it, just enough to kind of understand the Quran in the original language it was revealed in. But even just learning the words that you say in Salah, if you're doing something 5 times a day, you might as well learn what you're saying in it. It makes you feel like you're actually having a conversation with Allah, not just being there, just reciting some stuff that you just learned by heart randomly. You have no connection to it. You don't even know what it means. Don't just go in Salah and just say what you need to say and then just be done. Prayer is so much more than just, okay, stand up, okay, do this action, do that action, okay, now you're done. So much more. This is about the point where I want to bring in the concept of khushu'ah. Oh, khushu'ah. It kind of, I'm not sure, I don't think it means concentration exactly, but khushu'ah in Salah is something that has kind of levels. What I'm talking about in this kind of conversation that I'm having right now is just kind of like, it's not even scratching the first level of khushu'ah. Like there's concentration, and then there's kind of fear, love, all that kind of stuff. That's like after this. Most people haven't even reached like the first level of it. But inshallah, actually learning the meaning of what you're actually saying will like get you at least to the first level. Okay, the third tip is actually learn more surahs. Most people just, including me, I used to just recite the kind of short surahs, Surah Ikhlas, Surah Kawthar, all that type of stuff. But it gets kind of, if you're doing the same surah in every single rakat, it gets repetitive. If you can learn Surah Ikhlas or Surah Falak or Surah An-Nas, then you can learn other surahs. It doesn't even have to be a full surah. It can be some ayah. Inshallah, we all learn the Quran by heart someday. But if you don't know the entire Quran, it's okay. Just recite what you know. But don't let what you know just restrict yourself to the last juz of the Quran, or all the short surahs or the easy surahs. Challenge yourself a bit. Actually put some effort into it. Let it have some meaning for yourself. Our purpose is worship, and prayer is kind of the top of expressing that. Put some effort into it. I'm actually now going to refer you to, I think it's a series called Enjoy Your Prayer by Ali Hamuda, I think his name is. I'll kind of put the video thing over here. You can see the thumbnail and all that. That series actually helped me a lot. He goes over the kind of, he's like more learned, obviously. So he goes into khushu' and the levels of it, like love, fear, all that type of stuff. Really good series. Helped me a lot. So, check that out as well. But the fourth tip I want to go into is focus on improving the kind of technique of your prayer, or the actual actions that you are doing. Actually make sure you're doing sujood right. Actually make sure you're doing ruku right. You're supposed to have a straight back when you bend over. Don't just make it like a hump like this. Like, what's this, bro? Honestly, when you kind of get those random thoughts in your head and you're kind of wondering and stuff like that, it really helps to just focus on every single action that you're doing. Every single action. Every single sujood. Every single ruku. Every single time you stand up. Think to yourself, oh, my mind wandered again? Okay, back to the actions. Back to the meaning of the words. Back to what I'm actually doing. Now, this is actually increasing your mindfulness, but that's a whole another topic, so I don't really need to go into it right now. Okay, the fifth tip and the final tip is have patience. Have sabr, have patience. It's going to take time. Yeah. You don't just pray one salah and incorporate all the tips that I just suggested and instantly, okay, you're just a master of salah now. This is, as I mentioned before, this isn't even like the first level of it. There's so many stages to khushu' and stuff like that. You're going to at least want to be on like the first stage. These are basic tips. Very basic. But the ROI, the kind of return on investment is a lot. So inshallah they help. But it's going to be really frustrating at times. There's going to be times where your mind keeps wandering. It keeps going left and right. Keeps going back to last week. What's going to happen in 2 months? It's going to keep wandering. But it's up to you to pull it back. Up to you to pull it back to actually where it needs to be in the present moment with Allah. All right. That's what I want to end on, actually. Take care of yourself, boys. Hopefully, inshallah, these tips help. And go enjoy your salah.
يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير هو الذي خلقكم فمنكم كافر ومنكم مؤمن والله بما تعملون بصير خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق وصوركم فأحسن صوركم وإليه المصير يعلم ما في السماوات والأرض ويعلم ما تسرون وما تعلنون والله عليم بذات الصدور ألم يأتكم نبأ الذين كفروا من قبل فذاقوا وبال أمرهم ولهم عذاب أليم ذلك بأنه كانت تأتيهم رسلهم بالبينات فقالوا أبشر يهدوننا فكفروا وتولوا واستغنى الله والله غني حميد زعم الذين كفروا أن لن يبعثوا قل بلى وربي لتبعثن ثم لتنبؤن بما عملتم وذلك على الله يسير فآمنوا بالله ورسوله والنور الذي أنزلنا والله بما تعملون خبير